Brendan Schaub, by the way, the account I'm talking about, TFATK, the fighter and the kid, is the name of the channel. He's got like 5,000 subs right now. There's the video we're going to do. Go ahead and subscribe to this guy. He's great. He's been doing a lot of Brendan Schaub stuff. I'm talking like 2 or 3 videos a day.
A day?
From what I've seen. Oh, yeah. Like this guy has been prolific. Yeah, he did 2 the other day.
Well, good
2
for
the
this
other
guy.
day. Yeah, he's doing at least 1 a day, sometimes 2 a day. So April was showing me Brendan Schaub's Instagram the other day. Or I'm sorry, April was looking at Paige VanZant's Instagram.
As you do.
And she was showing me that Brendan Schaub had been liking an inordinate amount of Paige VanZant's photos. And like this means that this doesn't mean they're all just popping up and he's hitting like.
No.
I mean, this means that she's put new ones up since we've been.
It could be coming across his timeline and he's liking
it. But he's liking
but it's
a lot of them. So here's Paige VanZant. The pictures she puts up on Instagram, and a lot of them are to promote her OnlyFans that she does. And if you take a look, you got Brendan Schaub liking this one, Brendan Schaub liking this picture.
Oh, yeah.
Then we skip a few.
He's in that
Brendan
one.
Schaub likes this one. Brendan Schaub likes this one. Mikey liked all of these. Brendan Schaub liked this one. Brendan Schaub doesn't like the videos. He doesn't like to hear a woman talk. He just wants to see her boobies. Oh, April liked this one.
I did. I have that. That's because I have that same costume.
Oh, you do? Who wore it better, everybody?
Definitely her.
So Brendan didn't like Paige VanZant before October. Okay, look at this. He's liking a lot of recent photos.
I have a
This is my theory here. He wasn't following her before.
Mm-hmm.
He started following her and he started looking at the new photos.
Yes, and I have a theory that in defense of any of this, when it gets brought up to him, I think he's going to say, like, well, she's a fighter like me.
Well, of course he's going to say that.
And
is he liking a lot of Islam Makachev's posts? Probably, yeah. Sugar Sean O'Malley getting a lot of likes from Bappa? Is he? Well, anyway, April showed this to me, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Funny little coincidence. Then this TFATK guy on YouTube, he makes a video about it. And I'm like, okay, are we getting a rolling smoke kind of thing here where there's smoke, there's fire? If you notice something, you go, maybe I'm just crazy.
Yeah, but once everyone else.
But then other people start recognizing it and you start talking to each other and like, it might be something here. Now, I would urge the internet to be careful because the last time somebody insinuated that maybe Brendan Schaub was up to something, that person is currently in heavy litigation with Brendan Schaub.
Our dear friend.
Kyle from Unique Entertainment. So, this is the video from TFATK. I have not watched this yet. I wanted to watch it with you guys. Let's see if he convinces any of us.
This is Dicey. Roll the footage, goddammit.
Woo!
Brendan Schaub liked. All right, that's just one.
This is cool for me because I thought
this is exactly what Toe thinks Ronda looks like. So Bappa must have a chance until someone KOs him without landing punches and steals her away. Actually, this is how Joe Rogan describes Rose Namajunas. Maybe because Thug Rose looks like a 12-year-old boy. Some say Sid from
What the fuck, dude? This guy goes a bit hard.
From Toy Story.
Can I get a truck walk?
Please, madam, would you be kind enough to walk me to my truck? Schaub doesn't even subscribe to social media because he's a beast of a husband. I guess no Mexican.
That's true. Brendan Schaub does talk about how, like, I'm not even on social media.
That is something he says.
Social media. I'm not even on social media. So why would I be like, it's one thing to say you're not on social media. It's another thing for us to have documentable evidence that shows you're staring at Paige VanZant's tits.
Watch him say, like, I'm not in control of my Instagram.
Then get rid of your Instagram.
The big gay lion runs it.
Right, Mark Harley's just sitting there fucking cranking off the Paige VanZant photos all the time and then clicking like as he's jacking off.
And that would be the biggest shock, wouldn't it?
That he's not gay?
Right.
Yeah, you'd have to call him Big Straight Line.
Well, Paige can turn anyone.
Maybe that's it. But, like, If it is, that would be great. That would
Wouldn't
even
that
be
be funny?
What would even be better than Brendan Schaub liking all these photos is that Mark Harley's jacking off to Paige VanZant and he's liking it in Brendan's name.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be
Like
so
he's-
awesome.
Like he's logged into Brendan's computer or something.
And then Harley's so stupid that Brendan's like, yo, B, what'd you do? My wife thinks that I'm, jacking off to Paige VanZant. He's like, well, you told me that I shouldn't create any more social media drama on my account after the Kalila thing. He's like, yeah, I didn't mean go on my fucking account and do it.
Do you think that Brendan has ever visited the OnlyFans site of Paige's?
Look, based on what I've seen on Instagram, I cannot rule anything out.
That's kind of how I feel.
I mean, he's going out of his way to like these. If you're a married man and you're looking at these photos, it's a devil's advocate kind of thing. Look, but don't touch.
Yeah.
Don't touch the like button. And I think
whatever. It's okay, I feel.
I don't know. I feel like if you start okay.
I like her pictures.
Okay, wait a minute. I start going to someone's social media page and I like one tit picture.
She's a completely unattainable celebrity.
I like 2 tit pictures.
Yeah.
I like 3 tit and ass pictures, 4 tit and ass pictures, 5 tit. He's up to like half a dozen at least, isn't he?
Yeah, but again, totally unattainable. What's he going to do?
Yeah,
Brendan Schaub's not
okay,
getting with
but if
Paige.
you're his wife, you wouldn't look at that and go, what the
Here's
fuck?
where I will break down your argument you're having. She's fucking married too and still putting that out there. Fuck it.
Right, but she's doing it for a living.
Yes.
That's what she does for money.
I understand this.
I'm saying if I was liking all those Paige VanZant posts, you're saying nothing would cross your mind ever that I'm being a piece of shit
I would
little bit?
absolutely know that you think she's hot, but I also feel that way too, and she's a celebrity that you're never going to talk to.
I feel like you'd have some questions like, why are you liking all these pictures?
No, I feel like
you
it's
like all those
self-explanatory. I feel like, yeah, Aaron thinks she's hot.
Cookies for daddy tonight. Daciel Puig ate them all. And no carne asada. Well, to be fair, if Brendan fucks her in Australia, his Mexican wife won't find out for 7 days. I
like this guy.
He's funny.
I like this. And by the way, that Yasuel Puig joke, that's who his wife dated before him.
Got it. Okay, I didn't know that.
I don't like that he only put the one picture up here that Brendan liked because we never
Multiples.
saw. We didn't see that one.
Yeah, where are the flashcards here? Show them all.
Yeah, show them all because we showed like 6 of them.
This one makes her body look weird. She looks very upside down triangle.
In this picture, I've never liked her face more though because I've never been a big fan of her punched in face. This one makes me not dislike her face.
I like her
much as I
face more
usually
than her
do.
tits in this picture.
just post and ghost. I don't do social media. Well, we know this wasn't BGL for obvious.
Sure. Hey, wait a minute. I think that's what BGL wants you to think. Mm-hmm. I think Mark Harley wants us to think that Brendan Schaub, he doesn't want the scent being thrown off the gay trail for him.
Nope.
He's using the big gay lion gimmick as cover
It's his
for
out.
him cranking it out to Paige VanZant under
Yep.
Brendan's name.
It's brilliant.
If Brendan's not using social media, then Big Gay Lion can use it. He can jack off to Paige VanZant. Brendan gets all the blame.
It's not my account.
But again, be careful, TFATK, because last guy who insinuated that maybe Brendan was into some puss, they ended up in a courtroom. I hope that doesn't happen to you, buddy.
Can I just for a second, this feels so good for me because for a while now, I had been watching Brendan like all of her pictures and
Yeah.
I thought I was the only one that saw that.
Like, what the fuck?
Reasons.
Dicey.
All right, there you go. Subscribe to that guy, TFATK on YouTube. He does a bunch of those.
He should have flipped through all the pictures that he liked though, because there's a lot of them.
I think he got his point across. Well, yeah, here's Alex Pereira was on Ariel Helwani's podcast, and he offered a $10,000 bet to Brendan Schaub because he was, I guess Brendan Schaub was shit talking him, saying that Islam could kick his ass, could move up to middleweight and kick the shit out of him or something like that. And he decided to say on Ariel Helwani's show, and of course, Ariel's going to love anyone who wants to do some Brendan Schaub shit talking.
Yeah.
Let's not forget the history of their feud. Brendan Schaub started talking shit about him, and Ariel Helwani relentlessly buried him episode after episode after episode until finally I think Brian Callen had to call Ariel Helwani and go, "Could you call off the dogs, please? Can you stop?
Cool
Okay,
it.
we've gotten the shit kicked out of us. We're sorry. We apologize." And I think Ariel was saying, I mean, I'll stop making fun of you if you publicly apologize on your show. And I don't think they did. So he just kind of kicks the shit out of him whenever he wants.
He likes it. It's for sport.
Yeah. So Ariel had Alex Pereira on his show. And Alex was talking about Brendan Schaub. Now, there is a translator here.
Okay. Number one.
Translator then.
Ninja, he said he'll fight Chimaev in Rio.
Look at Brendan's face already. He can't even stand that Ariel Helwani is on the screen. And again, in kind of a Brian Callen redemption arc, you know how we liked him in that one clip?
Yeah.
You're going to like him in this clip, too, because clearly Brian Callen is over the Ariel Helwani thing.
He looks happy.
He thinks this is funny. Brendan wants to hate this so bad, but everyone else in the room is enjoying themselves. So he's got to kind of suck it up like he's taking nasty medicine.
Brendan's got stank face.
Yeah.
Light heavyweight.
Wow.
Right?
He was fighting at light heavyweight?
Number two, Brendan Schaub, I think he was running his mouth.
Uh-oh.
You know, they're not even going to translate.
What did he say? What did he say? I gotta hear this.
The a-hole shit.
This is incredible. He was talking shit?
Yeah, but Brendan, I think he said that, talk a lot of crap that Chimaev will run him over and blah, blah, blah.
God.
And also he say that he'll be able to take Alex down in 30 seconds.
Chimaev will take him down?
Yes.
Why is he watching Brendan Schaub videos?
Yes. Very good, Ariel.
Yes, very good.
Very good.
That's
well, he's
funny.
hate watching because Alex apparently not a big fan of Brendan Schaub.
Ooh.
Hey, hold on. Hey.
Pause it,
Ariel.
Pause it.
Ariel.
I thought we were cool.
That was me. You're not cool.
I thought
No.
we
I love Brian and that. No, you're not cool.
No, I'm cool. You're not
Yeah,
cool.
Brian's cool. Brian asked for forgiveness.
Brian's having a great time.
Yeah, Brian asked for forgiveness from Helwani, and Helwani gave him clemency. Brendan, I think you're still in the crosshairs, buddy.
Look at that face.
Oh, but that is great. Like, yeah, look at Brendan's stank face this whole time. He can't even hide it. And then watching everyone have a good time while you're getting shit on, except for you. That is beautiful.
He's not even trying to pull off the I'm having a good time. He's just straight up hating it.
He doesn't. If he had any say in the editorial process of what this producer prepped, he would say, "Don't put that in the show." And I could see him getting mad behind the scenes. I don't want to fucking talk about Ariel goddamn Helwani.
Could you not make me look like that?
I certainly don't want Alex Pereira making me look like a dick. So no, we're not doing that. But nope, these guys who do podcasts like this, they're not broadcasters. They don't want to do show prep. They don't want to get stuff together that makes a nice orderly show and makes things flow really nice. They just hire some nerd to surf the internet for him. And no disrespect to this guy. He does an awesome job and I'm sure puts up with a lot of bullshit. He does a great job.
Right.
But they just hire some guy to surf the internet and present them with stories, which is why you have such a unlistenable podcast.
Oh, hey, hold on. Hey.
Pause it,
Ariel.
Pause it.
Ariel.
I thought we were cool.
That was me. You're not cool.
I thought
No, you're not cool. And
in the episode earlier, we were talking about how you gotta let go of your hate. I have no hate for Ariel.
I know.
Oh,
I
bullshit.
actually.
You don't have any hate
Bullshit.
for Ariel. You had a look on your face like someone was stabbing you in the dick with a butter knife.
Oh, God. Fuck.
And you've let go? I don't know if you've let go.
He's putting the positivity out there, B.
Here's what Brendan does. He's like everybody who says positivity, positivity, positivity. He buries it deep.
He has to.
Buries it deep down here, and that face he was making was Ariel indigestion coming up the
he's got
esophagus.
the GERD.
He's got Ariel GERD. He's got Helwani GERD coming up into the esophageal area, and he's going, ugh.
Might puke.
He needs an antacid so he can push down that Helwani burn GERD acid.
Pepto will heal your Helwani.
Oh, we're talking
ailments.
Zantac.
Fucking Zantac.
He needs a Zantac.
You got some
for this
Prilosec
one.
in here.
Oh, Prilosec. Give it all to him. Tums, Pepto, the whole deal.
We like Ariel's show. I said it out loud.
I don't mind it.
It's good. He's a
I like it. I like
he's
it.
a hell of a journalist. All right.
He's
let's
the
go.
best we got.
Yep.
I like Luke Thomas, but that's fine.
Love him too.
Nice.
Oh, he is bothered by that.
Oh, Callan sat over here and said he liked
I like
Ariel's
Ariel.
show.
Why doesn't Callan just move on from this fucking albatross?
He could cut the dead weight, cut the
This
fat.
fucking clown is still doing a podcast with that ghoul Chris D'Elia.
I know. That, to me, that was the worst business move ever.
And that other guy, what's his name? Eric Griffin. He seems like a good enough guy. He doesn't need to be doing that piece of shit podcast.
I feel like Callan, I wish this wasn't Brendan's show, because if Callan could cut Brendan and bring in like a Will Sasso,
This
this could be a fun
look,
show.
I get it. Brian's probably a little untouchable for some people. due to the allegations and whatnot. But
yep.
His past aside, he seems like a decent enough guy. I think the thing that casts Brian down is he's working with Schaub, and people, working with Schaub puts a stink on you, and he's got to get away from that. And I don't know. I don't know what Brendan Schaub is thinking, because as bad as he might be, I wouldn't want to be within a country mile of Chris D'Elia.
No, I would never want to be in the same room.
But
not for like fear of being harmed or anything. It's just the stink that comes with
I
him.
see why D'Elia wants to do a podcast with Brendan.
Yes.
I don't see how vice versa, how that works out for him.
Like Ariel. All right, so let's go. Let's keep going. That was mean. That was a little shoe shot.
5. And he proposed to do a
Dude,
face.
he is not doing a good job of hiding the fact that this is making him sick. And Brian Callen is loving this.
Callen's like a little kid in a candy store, and then Brendan's over here just hating life.
He does not enjoy what he's seeing right
upset.
now. We saw. He said he went off his mouth $50,000 if he beat Chimaev.
Callen keeps looking at him too.
And those $50K.
A $50,000 offer to Brendan Schaub if he loses to Islam.
Yeah.
If they fight each other. And look at this piece of shit's face. You know what? Brendan is famous for welching on bets.
You know what? That's true.
He runs his big fat mouth. His big fat stupid unintellectual mouth. His mouth writes checks that he can't cash. And then people beat him in the bet, and he finds loopholes and ways to like spin out of them.
Well, you didn't shake on it.
You had wrist guards on when you were doing that deadlift. It doesn't count. Brendan, you're not that smart. You're not going to trick people. So I think the smart thing for Brendan here would be to walk away from this. Don't get sucked in. Like Marty McFly. Don't turn around and say nobody, and I mean nobody, calls me stupid. First of all, you know that fucking with Ariel Helwani is out of your depth.
Yeah, don't play this game.
You lose. You also know that if you make a $50,000 bet, I know he likes to parade himself around as a really wealthy guy, but I think the way things have been going these last couple of years for Brendan, I'm thinking that 50 grand might be a tall, that might be a nice chunk for him.
I think he would like that
nowadays. So I think he should stay. I think Brendan should walk away from this one. I don't think he should get sucked in. He shouldn't even acknowledge it. He should just go, all right, moving on anyway. So
Man.
I hope that Brian gets away from that show.
I do too, but I don't think he will. I think he likes it somehow.
I hope he doesn't go down with the Brendan ship. Farfik Nugan says, when I see Chris D'Elia's face, I think of an 18th century writer, someone who's drinking gin off the level, but Chris doesn't drink, which is surprising. Yeah, it's just that just pulled out of a river face.
Yeah, to me, he just kind of seems like a dead fish in the room, like just smelly and gross and probably shouldn't be around it.
Hey, guys, look what Brendan Schaub likes.
You can't be too mad at him. Flip through those next couple. They're good.
He's got good taste. I'm not saying he doesn't, but it's just funny for a guy who says he never uses social media. You think if you never use social media, the only thing you're using it for is to plug dates and stuff? You don't have time to go tooling around Paige VanZant's Instagram.
No, you don't. Nope, you're right.
Look, you and I, as our show grows, we're very new to the always having constant notifications game.
It's getting weird.
And so we're on there a lot more than we ever used to be. And even we don't spend our time just searching through fucking smoking
I'll set my
hotties.
phone down. I will. Yeah. Well, I'll speak for yourself, but.
So now imagine you're Brendan and you don't, I never use social media.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, every day you're liking a new Paige VanZant photo.
I think it'd be very funny if it was, in fact, the big gay lion doing it.
That would be my favorite.
I would love that.
I would gladly let Brendan off the hook of embarrassment for this one. If it was big gay lion using his account, or Brian Callen, better yet.
Brian Callen
just beating off to fucking Paige VanZant under Brendan's name.
Do you think that Mark Harley would lay down on the barbed wire for Brendan, even though he didn't do it?
In a heartbeat.
He might say that.
In a heartbeat.
That was me.
I hope that's where this saga takes us. Is to Mark Harley.
You just did one of these, like.
Yeah, Mark Harley laying down on the fucking barbed wire for Brendan. That'd be cute.
It'd be very funny.
It'd be adorable. You guys want to watch Brendan Reed before we go tonight?
Oh, story time.
I love watching Brendan Reed. As a show host, if you're going to read an article on your program, you want to read it loudly and clearly.
Project.
So that your audience gets the message. They know where you're at, because if you don't tell them the story, now all of a sudden you're reacting to something you read, but that your audience, they don't know what the fuck's going on. So they quite literally don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And for a talk show, it's kind of important that your audience knows what's going on.
Yes, sir.
Watch how Brendan likes to read articles on his show. This is fantastic. I don't know if this is him just not knowing how to do a show, and maybe we could give him some lessons like we're doing with Chad Zumach now, or if this is just Brendan straight up not knowing how to read.
Do we know yet where he went to school? Because that could explain a lot. He always wants to dive into these medical terms or read something, and it doesn't pan out.
Dartmouth or Mushmouth, one of the two. It ends in mouth. I know that.
And the interaction with the alleged Predator, ex-fighter, UFC employee, Brandon Bender allegedly posted a message on Instagram where he threatened UFC president.
Slow down for one.
Brendan, if your audience can't hear what you're saying, they don't know where the show's going. You can slow down and read properly. Take your time. It's not a good sign when a guy wants to do a talk show, but you got to teach him how to fucking talk first.
This sounds like that maddening thing that some people do where they're trying to read something to themselves and they like half mumble it out loud.
That's fine.
I hate that.
But that's fine if you're not doing a talk show.
That's where I'm going. Like,
if you're not in the communications business, you can get away with that.
Right. You're talking to people here.
I need to know, who watches the Schaub show unironically?
I don't know anyone.
Who watches it unironically and goes, God damn it, you know what? I'm just so fucking entertained right now.
Well, he's so cute.
I'm just in a that's true.
He's a little thick boy.
Thick with 3 C's. I mean, does he have room on that arm for a just giant tool tattoo?
Yes, we can get it on there.
He needs a tool tattoo. Everything about him just screams, the Chad Zumach I was cool in high school thing.
Oh, yeah. He hangs on to it.
Brendan wants to turn back the clock and go back to high school. Badly.
They can do it together.
Everything about him just screams, if I could just do senior year one more time.
He's like one of the boys of fall like memories. Yeah. Just brings that up at every party. Like, you remember this, B?
Throw that football over them mountains.
Boy, Brandon Bender allegedly posted a message on Instagram where he threatened UFC President Dana White and his family, including a 6-year-old daughter.
Dude, she's 16 too.
Jesus
what
Christ.
That's
Who
it.
got that?
That's Brendan's show.
Did anyone catch that?
Here's what I know. There's a 16-year-old girl. Somebody threatened Dana White.
That's it. And holy shit.
Brendan's a speed reader, apparently. Farfik Nugan says, we do know that. We know that he violently assaulted his roommate, not sexually, but he threw him through a glass door. Are you talking about the guy? I'm not talking about Brendan.
Who are we talking about here?
I don't think you're talking about that. I don't think Brendan threw somebody through a glass door.
Somebody clarify.
That, Schaub strikes me more as a Lenny type from Of Mice and Men.
Oh, yeah.
More than he does
Lenny
a guy who just
all day.
grabs people and throws people through a fucking window. Well, maybe it was Tony Rocky Horror, and he rubbed Brendan Schaub's wife's feet.
Do you think so?
Gave her a foot massage, and then he threw him through a window. That could be possible.
What is up with the feet?
Now he talks with a fucking stutter. What is it? Yeah, but that don't mean you go throwing a motherfucker through a glass window, fucking up the speech fucking up the way a motherfucker talks for the rest of his life. You don't think that's a little excessive? Oh, Farfik Nugan says he did. He described it. Wow, he's fucking cool, man.
Brendan Schaub did that?
Yeah, I don't believe it. I don't believe him. I'm not saying I don't believe you.
Why did he do that?
Kenneth says Brendan would actually be better than our current president. I would like to see that interview.
God, I feel like we're a step closer to idiocracy in that realm.
I would like to watch Brendan Schaub interview Joe Biden. If we can make that happen,
that's fine.
Please, Lord. I would really like that.
Aaron's totally non-religious. He'll start praying for that one.
Paul Polito says, yeah, he claimed to punk the roommate. Ha ha!
Oh, get it?
Man, that's a great joke. That's a great prank he pulled.
That's awful.
Is he the fat one? Well, look, I wouldn't go as far as to say fat. The motherfucker got a bit of a weight problem. What's he supposed to do? He's Samoan. Now I want to watch Pulp Fiction again.
We can do that.
That whole scene is underrated.
I'll go to bed watching that.
That scene where they're just walking around the apartment complex. That is kind of the foot massage scene.
Yeah.
By the way, further proof, Quentin Tarantino's got a fucking foot
I was going to
thing.
say, he likes feet.
And the more movies he makes, like the more brazen he is with it. Like Inglourious Bastards with Bridget von Hammersmark's foot and all that shit.
All her foot problems.
But the one where he just went completely insane on the feet is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. There's feet on dashboards, feet on seats.
And they're all gross.
Yeah.
Like there's just gross yellow feet everywhere.
There's dirty hippie feet everywhere. Yeah. I think Gino and Quentin Tarantino would get along very well.
Does Gino like feet?
Gino's always barefoot.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Whenever he's on a couch, his bare feeties are up.
We should see if Gino Bisconti... Let's see if we can get Gino cast in a Tarantino picture. We'll say, hey, Quentin, this guy, I don't know much about his acting chops, but boy, does he love taking his fucking shoes off. And Quentin would go, have him call me. And then I'd call Gino and I'd go, listen, for like an hour during this meeting, just don't say the N-word. Actually, you know what? It's Tarantino. I'd say maybe drop a few.
Like it.
Yeah.
What does this look like? Storage?
Yeah. I just want to say to you, Quentin, what is this? Dead storage? It's a terrible Gino. I got to work on it, but what are you going to do?
That was supposed to be Gino? That's insulting, man.
I could yell like this, and You
got to wear the headband.
I get a headband.
It gets you into character.
I got to spell a word and then say a synonym of that word. I don't know. And I'm very GLAD happy to know that that's going on. There.
That was closer.
I'm working on it. I'll get there.
Do you think he has a you impression?
I don't think anybody can do a me impression.
Have you ever wondered that if somebody's tried to like impersonate you or anything?
I don't think so.
Never seen a video?
No.
Interesting.
But maybe they will.